Well, hey there, folks. This is Cutting Through It. Quick takes on the stuff that matters, without the fluff. If you want the full backstory on who I am and what we're building over here, there's a watch this first video at the top of the playlist. Worth your time if you've got a little to spare. Let's go ahead and get into today's topic. Everybody knows the line, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." Matthew 7, verse 1. Sounds simple enough. Problem is, folks treat that verse like a get-out-of-jail-free card, and nobody seems to agree on what the hell it actually means. Some folks whip it out like a stop sign every time somebody calls a sin a sin. "Hey, don't judge," shuts down the whole conversation. Others act like it doesn't exist at all, go full flamethrower on everybody else's life and call that speaking truth. And look, let's be honest about why that's so easy to do. It feels good to talk about other people's sins. It makes us feel clean by comparison. If I can spend all day hollering about how bad you are, then I don't have to sit quietly in the closet and look at how rotten I'm acting. It's smoke and mirrors, so which one's right? Neither of them. Most people aren't confused because the Bible's unclear. They're confused because they've only been given half the explanation. Let's cut through the BS and look at what Jesus actually said. First, what this verse does not mean. It does not mean never call anything wrong. It does not mean no moral standards at all. And it sure as hell does not mean mind your own business no matter what, even when something is dangerous or destructive. Here's the anchor. If judge not meant never call a spade, Jesus broke his own rule constantly. He called the Pharisees whitewashed tombs and a brood of vipers. He flipped tables in the temple and told people straight up, "Go and sin no more." He warned about wolves in sheep's clothing, false prophets you'd know by their fruit. He did not tiptoe around evil. He looked it in the eye and named it. So the idea that we're supposed to just go blind and shut up, that dog don't hunt. Now let's read the whole thing, because most people stop at verse 1 and call it done. Matthew 7, verses 1 through 5. Judge not, that you be not judged, for with the judgment you pronounce you will be judged, and with the measure you use it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, "Let me take the speck out of your eye," when there is the log in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. See what's happening there? Jesus ain't telling you to go blind. He's telling you to quit being a hypocrite with a cedar post sticking out of your face while you're trying to pick a splinter out of your neighbor's eye. Think about how ridiculous that looks. You're walking around knocking over the lamps, denting the drywall, smacking people in the back of the head every time you turn around, because you've got a whole 4x4 cedar post sticking out of your eye socket. And you have the nerve to lean in close and say, "Hold still, brother, I think you got a speck of sawdust in your left eye." It sounds ridiculous, but we do it every single day. The issue isn't discernment, it's hypocrisy. He's not saying stop seeing clearly. He's saying deal with your own damn blindness before you start diagnosing somebody else. Get the log out first, then you can help with the speck. That's not a ban on judgment. That's a command to do it right. So what's the piece most folks skip? Discernment. Jesus expects you to evaluate things. He tells you to watch out for false teachers, says you'll know them by their fruit. Good tree, good fruit. Bad tree, bad fruit. Paul says test everything. John says don't believe every spirit. Test the spirits. Scripture is full of commands to discern, to judge what's true, what's false, what's helpful, what's harmful. Here's the framing that cuts through it. Judgment says, "I know what you are, trash, worthless, beyond hope." Discernment says, "I can see what this is, wrong, dangerous, not from God." One condemns the person like you're God. The other assesses the action, the teaching, the fruit, like you're a steward who's supposed to protect the flock and call out poison when you see it. Why do folks swing to one ditch or the other? One side uses judge not like a shield to dodge accountability. Don't tell me I'm wrong. That's judging. They want permission to keep sinning without anybody saying jack about it. The other side uses truth-telling like a club to excuse meanness, pride, or just plain old being an ass. Both are wrong. Both ignore the actual standard Jesus sets. The standard Jesus sets is humility and clarity. Deal with your own crap first. Then you can see straight enough to actually help somebody. Jesus didn't remove judgment. He put it on a leash. You don't get to stand above people like you're the final court, but you also don't get to pretend you can't see what's right in front of you. Sin, false teaching, destructive behavior. Read Matthew 7 for yourself tonight. Ask yourself two things. Where's my log? And what am I pretending not to see? Remember the order Jesus sets here. He doesn't say throw the speck remover away. He says get the log out first. Why? So you can see clearly enough to actually help. When you've actually wrestled with your own junk, when you've had to look your own failures in the face and ask for grace, it changes how you hold the tweezers. You don't come at your brother with pride or contempt anymore. You come at him with a steady hand because you remember how bad it hurt when you had to get the cedar post pulled out of your own skull. Humility makes you gentle. Clarity makes you helpful. I guess that's enough jabber out of me for today. Thanks for stopping by. Before I let you get back to your day, I just wanted to say, thank you. It really means a lot to me that you'd take the time to sit here and listen to my yapping. Time is the only thing they're not making any more of. So thank you for spending a little bit of yours with me. Do me a favor, would ya? Do the YouTube dance, hit the thumb, the subscribe button, and the little bell. It'll really help us out. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want us to go over. Hell, tell me what you're having for dinner if you want. I want to get to know you. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.
I don't have all the answers, never claimed to know it all. Just an old farm kid still learning, working it out with y'all.